have the opportunity to work with young adults and really talk with young adults and think about what's missing and what young adults want. And that's really where the alt experience came from.
I would love to do something like this personally.
I really like the alt year experience. It's really intriguing to me, and I wish that it would have been offered to me.
I think when you're a young adult, particularly, between the ages of 18 and 25, you're going through a time in your life when you've got a lot of idealism, you've got a lot of hopes and dreams, and you've also got a lot of challenges, a lot of adversity. And I think there's a real longing out of that type of experience, that type of transition that young adults are going through, to have community and to have peers that you can work through issues with, and also that can inspire you and you can inspire. And that longing for a community like that is really what we're trying to create space for with an alt year.
Getting a group of people together where the whole is going to be greater than the sum of the parts. I mean, where when conversations start happening, learning starts happening.
Well, there's a lot of great year programs for young adults out there and a lot of good gap year experiences. What we're offering that's different is an experience that offers a variety of elements. It's not just doing one thing and going deep into one thing. It's a lot of different things that are going to give young adults an opportunity to see a lot of opportunities they don't normally see. And it's an experience that is going to allow young adults to really gather around the gospel. And the Christian element and the element of Christian community is key to what we're doing. And so we think that sets it apart as well.
It is one of the biggest ongoing questions I hear when I go out to congregations is, how do young adults get drawn to the gospel? How can our congregations have that vitality that young adults bring?
I see this program giving voice and giving space to a group of leaders.
For a long time, our church has acted as if there can be a top-down approach, and you need to wait your turn in order to have a voice. And I think more and more we're realizing that the voices of newer and younger generations have great value.
Oftentimes, there are interns who come to our agency and they're here and they're in a learning mode, and that's great, but they are vessels of information and knowledge and wisdom that needs to be tapped into.
We have like a top-down structure in the church, and young adults today are used to a structure that's flat. So they bring a critique, which is really healthy, because we haven't had a good critique of our structure in a long time.
There's a yearning for young adult voices and a desire to include them.
The alt experience is not a list of things to do, and too often we treat faith like a list of things to do. What we're offering is multiple opportunities to learn through relationships and learn from the community around you.
God so loved the world that he sent his son, which is about a relationship. He didn't send a curriculum. He didn't send a test.
People have the opportunity to work one-on-one and in small groups with people, to reflect together, and also to have personal time to reflect and to experience.
I guess what I'm really excited about is the discussions. And really, that's one way that I really grow, is by talking to other people and by getting other people's opinions, and I kind of place it together to make my own opinion.
People get on a track and they don't take time to reflect and to have conversation and to discern with peers and elders and say, is this the truth that's true for me? Is this really what I want to do? And that's what we need to create space for. And we need to have a community that allows for that conversation. And that's what an alt community can do.
You have to quiet down and listen to your heart and figure out what is the way that God has wired you in order that you can most impact the community in which you live.
The participants of this alt year are going to come in and they're going to shake up the church, and they are going to shake up Toledo just by offering that perspective of saying, look, this year that we have together is a gift, and God is going to do incredible things in our midst this year. And so let's open our eyes to the way that God is giving good gifts to God's church today. And let's open our eyes to see the ways in which God is blessing Toledo today. And aren't we glad to be here together in this time and place? I think that's going to be a beautiful gift that these young adults can offer to the church and the community.